he doesn't want me doing enders.
Are these just bits that you guys are like?
No,
just
this
funny
is just
ideas.
Just gummy thoughts. If you've had some gummy thoughts,
I've got a million of these
all
on
right.
my phone.
Well, then you're gonna.
That's
gonna
why
jump
we
in.
saved it for today.
Yeah,
Brought to you
we're letting you be
again
the
by
closer.
Early Bird CBD.
Okay. Oh God.
I'm not going to talk specifically about any dreams I've had. I don't think that's like a cool thing to do. It's just like your fantasy league and your vacation photos. No one cares. My gummy thought is, I don't think we make a big enough deal out of the fact we have dreams.
Just how wild it is.
Like the fact that, and I don't obviously like
I
when I
never
say
remember
dreams,
my
I mean
dreams.
never.
But this past weekend, I remembered one where you were. I swear to God.
Ooh.
You are best friends with Micah Parsons.
Not really.
And
really not
I
that
had
far
to,
away.
all of my dreams always involve being late to work or not on time to sit. Like it's always stressful. And I had to drive Micah to get to you wherever you were.
Thank you.
And he was like busting my balls because I was getting it wrong. And I was taking wrong turns and stuff. And like I was driving him to you. But I woke up.
And that's why we don't talk specifically about our individual dreams.
Because
we're
suck.
just talking
It's
about
boring.
the concept.
But
so my thing again,
I just thought you'd want to know that you are best friends with him, even in my dreams.
and you think about me, yes. Just the idea that whatever event or thing, or
and I woke up, it's all sticky. Like,
yeah,
what is this?
we'll get to that.
Mom!
Or being that created us, just made it where like, hey, you know how you need rest to stay alive, like biologically. Well, when you do that, the craziest shit you could ever imagine is going to be playing out in your head, and it's going to feel real. And sometimes you'll come.
Is there a
You'll
boy?
just
I'd
come
love to.
occasionally. And it's like, what? How do we not wake up every day and all anybody is talking about is like, I don't know. I was just thinking about something when I was asleep, and I was afraid, and it seemed real. Then I came.
Is there a Black Mirror where it records your dreams?
Probably.
Because that would be a great bit. You would
Yeah,
definitely want to
until-
see the one where you came.
Unless
And then your wife would be like, I want to see that. And you're like, no. You
yeah,
can't see
unless
it.
you watch it, and then your wife wants to see it, and she's like, why is Micah Parsons there? Why is he in this one?
Like it's his 17th sack of the season. He breaks the record. and
Yeah,
you-
yeah, he's just doing the fist pump, and I don't know. It's just, it is a weird thing, and I know it's been studied, but to my knowledge, it's largely kind of just everyone's like, fuck, I don't know.
Right.
You're just gonna fall asleep, and sometimes
Cry about your mom
And
or
I think
something.
I started thinking about this because my daughter, like Brooks, is old enough to have dreams that he can tell you about, or like good or bad, right? Like he'll say, I had a nightmare. But the other day, Nora I sit her down, I go get her from bed, I carry her, I sit her down. First thing she says is, a giant squirrel tried to eat me last night. I'm like, that's terrifying. She's like, it was, yeah. I'm like, so you gotta go to sleep. And if you just go to sleep occasionally, like you work in an office for a shark who sits at a desk, and we're all just like, yeah, it's normal. It's a funny one to me.
Have you ever heard of the Monty Hall Problem?
No.
All right, I don't know how I came across this, but when I brought this up to my daughter, she's like, "Oh yeah, I know that."
Of course.
You know, she's like 19 years old. And she's, she lives online. She was raised online.
Born in it.
The Monty Hall So Monty Hall was a game show host. Was it called Let's Make a Deal? Are you familiar?
Yeah, it was either Price is Right or
Okay, I think Let's Make a Deal. And so what this apparently they did this particular thing on the game show. There are 3 doors. Behind the 3 doors, behind 2 of the doors, there are goats. And behind one of the doors, it's a new car.
Okay.
So you pick one of the 3 doors. Okay? So if Lawrence is a door, Blake's a door, I'm a door. You pick one. Okay? You pick one door. Monty Hall then goes to the other 2. So right there you have what? A 33% chance of being correct.
Yeah.
So now Monty goes to the 2 doors that you didn't pick. And he opens one, revealing the goat. Like he knows where the car is. So he opens one, revealing the goat, and then gives you a choice. Do you want to hold or do you want to pick the other door? What should you do? What is your thought? You can either keep the door you have or you can go to the other door that Monty Hall didn't open.
I guess right away I'm struggling with this like LSAT. I'm trying to figure out what the logic behind this would be. I guess I would just keep the same one.
Okay. Well, it would be a 66% chance if you choose the other. You should always choose the other one.
Yeah,
because it's a 66% chance that will be the one.
Okay, that makes sense. Because if you had gotten it right first, like,
see, but
they're never going to pick
it's a
that one
counterintuitive
first.
thing because you think, okay, now he took one door away. Now what is it? It's a 50-50 chance. So I could either stay or I could pick. It doesn't really matter. But if you do this 1,000 times, you will see it's a 66% chance. And the point of this exercise is to have as much information before making a decision that you can. Because now that he has eliminated one, you have more information. Like if you didn't have that information and you just had 2 doors, it would be a 50-50 chance. But you have the information that Monty Hall went up and picked one of those doors. Like he knew.
Yeah. Okay.
And so it's kind of like the sports analogy would be if, let's say the guy from the Christmas movie had won 9 consecutive MVPs and is up for another, then it's him versus someone else in MVP voting. But I didn't know that, and I didn't know stats or anything. And I would 50-50 chance I would take one of them. You would take the guy with the 9 MVPs, right? Like you know more information.
Okay.
So you know more information. But so by knowing more information, like it does make sense because when it started out as 3, now he has eliminated 1, and you know that he has eliminated a goat. And so it still remains 33% on each side.
I'm seeing so my one dumb guy contention with this, which it looks like at least some people on this Wikipedia page have pointed out, is
Feels like an election.
You still have a 66% chance afterward with the one you just stuck with, don't you?
No, apparently you don't, because he went to 2 that you weren't sure about and did pull one out. Like apparently that's
Yeah.
apparently you have to pick the other one. You have to always pick the other one.
You know what's interesting about this too is yeah, okay.
How many episodes of this were there?
Like a lot, I'm pretty sure.
The game show. Well, I don't know that they play this exact game. It's like Price is Right, where they'd play a ton of different games.
Oh, okay.
And
Let's
so
say, 'cause people seems like people
Pachinko
would
might
figure
not
it
have been
out.
on every episode of Price is Right.
Yeah.
This game wasn't on every episode. Yes, if this was the only thing.
Yeah, I'd be like, people figured it out, right?
Yeah.
And eventually they were just like, we got to quit doing this show.
But somehow
It's very interesting.
this became a thing that it's called the Monty Hall Problem. And I don't even know that I'm explaining it well.
It's not widely accepted, I'm seeing.
But, okay. That's like saying it's not like vaccines aren't widely accepted.
Okay, but you're saying that
But
like this is a
stats
fact
tell
that
you.
it's 66%. Well,
Yeah.
it's not. It's not.
It is.
It's not.
Yes, if you went and did this without, like they have the generators that you could put it in and play it out and do it 100 times, you're going to see it's going to be well over 50%. And you think it's a 50-50 chance. It won't be.
They might fight, Lawrence.
Yeah, I would like to see it. Just desk
No one
get knocked
fights with Gummy Talk. In the end, you just end up saying, whoa.
over. Whoa.
ChatGPT says it's real.
I just said it was real.
Yeah, well, I need to confirm it.
I just
Yeah.
told you.
I use ChatGPT.
He just says it's not because I looked at a website that says it's not widely accepted. I've done my research. I'm not sure I should get this vaccine. That's you.
How are you equating this to vaccines?
Because you are just someone
I'm
who
not gonna lie. It's
flippantly,
the first thing I thought of.
you flippantly just said, I just did a quick search and I've now determined that what you've said,
No,
all
I'm
this
just-
research that's done is
I'm
wrong.
saying there's doubt. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying there is doubt behind it.
See, you can't fight these people, can you?
No,
Yeah,
and I mean,
yeah.
honestly, I had a little bit of doubt till I hit ChatGPT, and now I'm like, Dan's right.
I asked ChatGPT the other day if I could beat a fox in a fist fight, and it said most likely.
Really?
Yeah.
What was the one?
Foxes don't have fists.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah.
like, could I take one out if I had to?
What was yours, Blake? That you could do a mountain lion?
Oh, not a mountain
I
lion.
don't remember.
Not a mountain lion.
The one
and
that,
I also asked ChatGPT, "What is love?" And I stared at that screen for a long time.
You could get real.
reading it,
You
rereading
can
it.
get deep with it for sure.
Let's
Yeah.
say there's 100 doors.
Okay, he's not.
There's a
real.
car behind one of them, goats behind all the other ones. You
Nothing.
pick one, right?
Yeah.
Monty Hall goes and shows you 98 other doors. Would you stick with your one or the one that Monty Hall didn't pick? Or do you think you have a 50-50 chance?
Oh damn, he got you now. That's the way to explain it
but
right there.
what's-
He's right.
Okay, but isn't this like the gambler's fallacy or something? Like if it heads and tails is a 50-50 chance, you call heads the first time, you get it right. Your natural inclination is to go tails next time. But it's independent each single time.
Each time, it is a 50-50 chance.
Right.
You're
They don't
not dealing
compound.
with a 7-sided coin, or you're dealing with 100 separate doors. You have 100 things now. So if you have 100 doors, tell me, think about that. If he eliminates 98 of them and shows you the goats, and now you've got that one that he didn't, or yours, which one do you pick?
I don't think it matters. But I'm just
This is how I feel scrolling on Prize Picks every Sunday
That's
morning.
Yeah,
that's,
yeah.
that's the explanation. Really,
Shout out Hunter. Sorry.
that
about the
explanation is
last
what
two
got
lines I
me
picked.
to understand.
The 100
Because
yeah.
now he has, it was 1 out of 100, but he has eliminated all those with it. The chances are 1 out of 100 that you had picked the right one. But he knew where all they were and then left you that one. I'm going to take that one every time. I'll bet you that's a 90-some% chance.
Okay.
Do
So
you get that?
Yeah.
that makes sense. I did. What I always do because I'm fair and
Gummy
balanced.
talk.
I love it. I googled Monty Hall Problem disputed. This first article that comes up, blah blah blah. Here's a mathematician. He goes through like the assumptions you're making, but I thought you would enjoy his conclusion here.
The
He says
Schrodinger's cat of.
basically, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't mean don't switch, of course, but quote don't necessarily switch isn't as catchy a title. Whether or not you should switch depends on what assumptions you make, and the standard ones made are not necessarily reasonable. To skip ahead. So if you ever find yourself in a game that looks like the Monty Hall problem, should you switch or not? Mathematics only helps if you know how to estimate the probabilities. That's much harder to do than simply making assumptions. My best advice is to look Monty in the eye and see if you can work out if he's trying to con you or not. Or maybe if he is genuinely trying to... Just look him in the eye?
Yeah, you can kind of get the feel
Go
from
with
him
the
then.
gut? Is that like when we would do, scam and phishing training, and they'd be like, "A, call IT. B, sign out of your emails. C, take a walk."
Right.
You're like, what
This
is
all-
that?
Kind of take a walk,
This
see
all
how
just
you
felt
feel.
like staring at a Wendy's menu for too long. You
Yeah.
know, it's like you gotta just pick one.
Commit.
Of them. Yeah, just pick one.
Do you consider that an ender, or do you want to give us
I
a
think
gummy?
he's got a.
I mean, I could read off my notes. As a comic, my notes app is extensive. I could just scroll like this forever.
Let me give you one gummy thought.
Yeah, okay.
Please.
You say what? I'm in my HOA dad phase. There's a lot of these.
Yeah.
I thought of one. I think I'm in my let's establish the run phase. I think that's how I'd like it to be termed.
Okay.
Are you? Is this NFL related?
I just think it just fits. It fits for
No,
everything.
I don't remember what I was doing, but it hit me. It was like, damn, I am getting old.
Oh, I
I'm
see,
I'm the
okay.
neighborhood dad now. And then I was thinking, I sound like somebody that says we need to establish the run.
We are as
Flip the
college
field.
as college athletics sort all this stuff out.
Yeah.
We are a couple years away from Blake. Well, they're getting a free education. Jones becoming a thing.
I do like establish the run. As we get older, we all do become established the run. You know what I mean? You want me to read some random stuff off?
Do
my
whatever
notes
you
app?
want.
Okay. I wrote down dick guns. I realized I treat my dick like a gun. I leave the house with it every day thinking, boy, I hope I get to use this.
Yeah, no, it's.
And then every day I get home and think, nope, didn't need that at all. Would have had the exact same day without it.
Boy, kind of like the cop, right?
Yeah.
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 Doesn't really.
I'm trying to relate to
Yeah.
the gun owners as one who's not. You got to make some concessions in an argument. And sometimes I write down conversations I had. I have a part of that on my note app, and I was not. I'm very kind here. I was just in a bad mood the other night, and a dude after a show was talking to me, and he said, "I was on TV when I was 12," and I said, "Did you get molested?" And he said, "No, juggling. Why would you think?" And I said, "I don't know. In America, most kids end up on TV when they're young because they got molested." And he goes, "I guess you're right, but no, I juggled." And then I said, "Well, lucky you." Maybe that one's dark. I got one more here.
Okay.
That I
Yeah,
just
let's
went to. This is how bits get built. It's just,
Sure.
It's a
I
rant.
respect it.
It's a rant at first, and then you whittle it down. Maybe Jake will relate to some of this. So, like, being a drug addict, if there was a police sketch, and when he's done, you're like, that's the guy that did it, and it's a drawing of you. Being a drug addict is a lot of work. I get offended when someone says I binged a show last weekend. It's like, did you lose your friends and family because you couldn't stop watching Game of Thrones?
Yeah, that is a.
You
I
didn't
don't like that
binge,
wording.
you were being lazy. I once did so many drugs in Dallas, I woke up in Seattle. That takes a lot of hustle. I said, it's like being a drug addict is waking up every morning, looking in the mirror and saying, I'm going to ruin your life, and looking back at the mirror and saying, I'm looking forward to it. Just living,
That one hits.
just living every day of your life like a raccoon trapped in a dumpster behind Denny's, where some kids threw a firecracker in there while you were eating trash. It's like, yeah, you scared me a little, messed up my day, but I'll do it again tomorrow. There's some
Dark.
good stuff in here.
That's really dark.